I'm running on 4 hours of sleep and I'm gonna make it work. Alright, I don't have a lot of topics for this week, but the two that I have are very passionate and can be very detail oriented, so I fear it'll be enough to stretch out into a lengthy video anyways. So let's get started. I don't know exactly when it happened. Maybe it's just because I live here and I live in Orlando, and it was one of those things that kind of just naturally curated over time as I was growing up in the theme parks. But one day I woke up and suddenly Stitch was everywhere in the gift shops. And Stitch just so happened to be the most common character to see on merchandise besides the original 6 characters: Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto. And at some point it just made me realize I feel like the oversaturation of Stitch being everywhere just made me not really enjoy him as a character, just because the personification of him as a market IP versus his personality on the movie was starting to feel a little too jarring. Cut to then when we're talking about the new Lilo and Stitch movie, I feel like it's going to be a lot more popular than I keep thinking it is, because everyone has Stitch merchandise, everyone loves Stitch, everyone loves Lilo and Stitch. And so when they're making another live action remake movie, of course that one's gonna receive a lot of traffic and attention. So then I wondered, okay, was there any other characters that are starting to receive the Stitchification, as I have now coined it? And I feel like Winnie the Pooh has definitely reached up there, except that it breaks my heart that Winnie the Pooh is up there, because it feels like everybody suddenly had the same realization that, oh, we all love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is such a beloved character. I loved Winnie the Pooh first. I was gatekeeping that motherfucker since like the dawn of time. If anything, I'm grateful for the Stitchification of Winnie the Pooh merch, if only that I'm able to get Piglet merchandise, because it was always Pooh and Tigger. It was always Pooh and Tigger and nobody else. And now there's a little bit more Piglet merchandise that I'm able to acquire, because that's my favorite character. But still, it feels like Winnie the Pooh merchandise is just absolutely everywhere now, and it makes me just a little sad, because it's like, oh, now people are just kind of wearing it just to wear it, because it's general Disney merch. I feel like it's watering down the character when I'm like, this is so beloved to me, you know? And of course, not to mention Snoopy. I feel like Snoopy's definitely getting the Stitchification in terms of just everybody suddenly loving on Snoopy. I think like people are getting Snoopy merchandise, which there's a lot of clothing brands that are wanting to partner up with Peanuts. And I'm thankful for the fact that Charles Schultz didn't want to have his comics be like created en masse whenever he passed away. So it was passed on to his family, and they're like, okay. And they've been keeping it in pretty good shape, and they've been taking good care of the comics and the characters. I think everything they've produced since then, since his passing, has been very, very good. Everything that's been made by Apple TV has been fantastic. And the Peanuts movie, Blue Sky, perfection. But I grew up with the Peanuts classics. I grew up watching The Great Pumpkin every Halloween. I love Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. We would watch it in school. We would watch Charlie Brown Christmas during winter break. And I always read the comics whenever they were in the Sunday paper, back when we got newspapers. So yeah, Peanuts is a very beloved franchise for me. And so it's been very weird to see, once again, another beloved character of mine kind of get oversaturated in the marketing sense, which once again is fine, because now I'm just repping Snoopy merch, right? But I also feel like there's starting to have this distance between Snoopy the character and Snoopy the Peanuts. And so we're getting a lot of Snoopy merchandise, but we're not getting a lot of Peanuts merchandise. And I feel like the truly only exception is Uniqlo. This is a Uniqlo shirt. Most of my Snoopy stuff is Uniqlo, because they're able to also highlight like Woodstock. I have a Woodstock shirt, and they're just doing things with like the entire Peanuts gang. And I appreciate that more than just other places that are just doing Snoopy and nothing but Snoopy. But I think it's so weird because everyone's like, oh, Snoopy is just like this adorable little dog and stuff like that. And once again, I'm trying to gatekeep it again. I'm like, what do y'all know about Snoopy? What do y'all know about Snoopy? And why are we coddling Snoopy? That man's committed war crimes. He's an absolute bossy bitch, and I love him for it. And now, I would like to present to you a list of songs that are forever ruined for me because I have heard way too many people try and attempt to play them on the piano. There is All of Me by John Legend, 1,000 Years, Let Her Go, which I'm forgetting who it's by, Lost Boy by Ruth B. Honestly, any Minecraft song works. And it doesn't affect me in the same way that these 5 affect me, but Golden Hour, for sure. If I was still in middle school and having to endure really bad piano players trying to do Golden Hour, I know it would be ruined in an instant. And yeah, that's it for this week. Until next week. See y'all.